Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for coming. My name is, I'll wait 1 minute. Yep, no problem. Just hold on for 1 minute here. We're good to go. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for coming. My name is Jason Robillard. I'm a sergeant with the Vancouver Police Department. I'm a media spokesperson. Vancouver Police have arrested a Prince George resident for alleged historical sexual offenses involving a young girl. Police believe there are more victims and witnesses, and we're asking them to come forward. 46-year-old Kevin Alexander Roberts was arrested by Vancouver Police on Monday for offenses allegedly committed in Vancouver and Prince George. The victim, now an adult, reported the crimes to Vancouver Police. Crown Counsel has approved several charges against Roberts, including sexual assault, sexual interference, sexual assault with a weapon, invitation to sexual touching, assault, and assault causing bodily harm. Police believe there are additional survivors who would be between the ages of 4 and 18 at the time of the offenses. Roberts is a truck driver on routes throughout BC and Alberta. He has also worked as a school bus driver in the Prince George area, as a mover, and has a transient lifestyle. These types of crimes are extremely traumatic, and survivors live with lifelong impact. We're providing this information and a photo of the suspect with hopes that we will uncover more information and help prevent this from happening to someone else. Anyone with information is asked to call the VPD Sex Crimes Unit at 604-717-0600 or Crime Stoppers anonymously at 1-800-222-8477. I can take any questions you may have.
Where was he arrested?
He was arrested in Chilliwack. He just happened to be there at the time. He was in transit as he's a truck driver, so that's just where he happened to be arrested.
When did the alleged offenses occur that he's been charged with, and do they all are they all tied to the same victim at this point?
At this point, they're all tied to one victim, and I do have to point out there is a publication ban related to this, so I don't want to get into too many details that may potentially or has the potential to identify a victim. And we don't want to narrow this down to a specific time frame. You know, we're looking back at anywhere upwards of 20 plus years to right into more recent as of today. So again, we're appealing to anybody that may recognize Kevin Roberts, and I'll describe him. He's a 46-year-old man. He's from Prince George, 5'7" to 5'8", 210 pounds. He's bald with a goatee. He does have a tattoo of a woman and a snake on his right upper arm.
What's the scope of this investigation? Like, how many more potential alleged victims do you believe may be out there?
That's a hard question to answer, but what I can tell you is that we do believe there are more survivors out there, and we are asking them to come forward. As hard as that may be, come forward with the information that you have so we can help.
And you can't put a time frame, but you're saying, does this go back decades, like 2 decades? And what is the time span for the alleged offenses? Is it decades as well?
The alleged offenses, if we get into a specific time frame, it may lead to the identity of the victim, and in this case, we can't do that. Just due to privacy and to protect the integrity of the court system and the investigation, we can't release that information. But I can tell you this goes back several years. It's over the course of a time frame. It's several offenses. It's one victim. and we believe there are more.
Can you say what leads investigators believe there are more victims?
I can't get into the specifics about the evidence that the investigators believe, but they do have evidence to suggest that there are more survivors out there.
You mentioned possibly 20 years that he's been going around doing this, allegedly. How did you go about finding him? Was there a tip? Just police work? Are you able to speak to how you were able to find him?
Sure. What I can tell you is that the survivor came forward to the Vancouver Police. She is now an adult, and through the course of this investigation between Vancouver and Prince George, our investigators have uncovered evidence to support criminal charges, and numerous criminal charges that are sexually related offenses have been charged in this case. The course of the investigation, they've uncovered further evidence to suggest that there are potentially more survivors out there, and they could be adults today, they could be any age right now at this point, and we are appealing to you that if you recognize this man or you have any information, to please come forward. The number for our sex crimes unit is 604-717-0600.
You said the offenses took place with this one victim in Prince George and Vancouver. So did he live in Vancouver for some period?
He's described as transient in nature, that his lifestyle is quite transient, and that probably has a lot to do with the fact that he's a truck driver, and he has roots throughout British Columbia and Alberta. So our investigators, it's still ongoing, and they're still trying to determine exactly the background of where he lived, how long he lived there. But we can say that offenses did occur in Vancouver, and there have been offenses that did occur in Prince George.
Is he owner-operator, or does he work with somebody?
I don't have that information, but he is described as a truck driver.
Those offenses in Vancouver and Prince George, those would involve the same alleged victim?
The same alleged victim, that's correct. Okay, thank you very much.